What's up, everybody? Ninja Nick here with Tactical Gaming, bringing you guys a very interesting video. So, is that acceptable? Do you think it's legal? Andrew Clyde lays into ATF director. This got very interesting. I like it. So we're gonna straight get into this because there are some interesting things that are said. Whoa, what the fuck?
Thank you. Earlier this year, on January 31st, the government published the rules of the ATF regarding pistol races. So how much, I believe that rule, in that rule, we redefined the definition of a pistol with a brace.
Talking about the rule, defining how they keep changing it and everything else, defining the brace and whatnot.
To become a short-barreled rifle, and in my opinion, that exceeds the authority of the ATF.
Now, he just said, in my opinion, that exceeds the authority of the ATF, meaning the ATF are exceeding their authority of enforcing certain things that they should not be enforcing, such as the pistol brace rule. And he's going to be basically talking about the 120 days that they were giving 10 to 40 million people. Catch that number. 10 to 40 million people. They want those people to register their names, their addresses, their fingerprints, photos, and everything else to the ATF. The ATF, he literally gets into it, the director says, oh, well, if they put forth an application, they don't have to worry about the time. Don't put forth an application. That's what the ATF wants you to do. Because then they're going to use your application and everyone else's application of, look, see, these people knew about it. Look, so all these other people, they have no excuse. So they're going to make 10 to 40 million people felons. 10 to 40 million people. Okay, so do the math on this. $250,000 fine. That's literally what you get fined if you get arrested. You're going to do 10 years in prison. Now, 10 to 40 million people, right? So if the lowball number is 10 and they arrest 10 million people, right? 10 million times $250,000. This is a money grab beyond belief. That's what it is. ATF needs to be abolished. And matter of fact, this gentleman right here who's talking, he actually brings up something that I love. We shall get into it.
How much did ATF spend in crafting and publishing the rule?
I don't have a specific figure that I can tell.
So he asked, how much did ATF spend in informing people about the rule change?
How much ATF expended. I do know that there were over 200,000 comments.
So how does he not know how much money ATF spent? Because he's the director. That's something he should know. That's like a manager whose job is to order things for their store, right? Or products for their store. And they go, oh, I don't know how much I ordered. Or I don't know how much I spent. Are you fucking kidding me?
People from the public submitted in that rule, and that as we are required to do under the Administrative Procedures Act, we examined all of those comments. And actually,
NFA just needs to go.
Took them
National Firearms Act needs to go.
The actual final rule would look like.
And yet, when ATF originally made the rule in 2012, they said that pistol braces did not convert a pistol into a short-barreled rifle. Then they changed that in 2015, right back to
3 years.
You can't do this. And then in 2017, they said
2 years.
You can. And now we're back to 2023. And now we're in 2023, and we're back to a pistol brace.
So flip-flop. That's what they're doing. They're juggling.
So very conflicting. A lot of time, I think, spent by ATF going back and forth, trying to figure out what I think they should not have been doing in the first place.
Yep.
And that is reclassifying a pistol as a short-barreled rifle.
Because that's not their job.
The brace as a short-barreled rifle.
That's Congress's job.
Now, in this new rule, you say that people who have a pistol with a brace have 120 days in order 120 days to register them with the ATF. How can ATF justify that time frame?
Yeah.
I mean, the street sweeper USCS 12 Striker 12 shotgun was reclassified as a DD about 30 years ago. So this is a similar situation, and that time frame was over 7 years. So and you've got potentially 10 million to 40 million people that have pistols with braces.
10 to 40 million people.
How can you say 120 days is sufficient time?
Yeah, because, see, the thing is, right? If you do register, or you do file, you do whatever it is that the ATF is directing you to do, how are they going to go through 10 to 40 million applications in 120 days? That's another reason why the ATF director is asking for more money. But that money isn't going to be used to actually file and go through all those applications. No. It's to give them better training so that they can do what Biden and his administration want them to do, which is go to door and arrest people and throw them in prison and charge them $250,000 per person. Per person. What? Do the math on
You
that.
mentioned that there were prior ATF rules, and I just
I know,
want to say,
Wolfie.
Congressman, this is the first time on this topic that ATF has engaged in APA notice and rulemaking. People brought specific items.
Fair enough.
for ATF to classify.
It was a letter back in 2012, and then a letter in 15, a letter in 2017. This is the actual first official rule. You are correct.
Or what was happening during that period, which I agree to, there were inconsistencies. And that was one of the reasons.
And that's where y'all fucked up. There shouldn't have been inconsistencies.
Clarify among those inconsistencies because the products were changing, right, over time.
It didn't change very much. At all.
You're right, there were inconsistencies. So with respect to the time frame.
Right, the 120 days.
Yeah, so as you know, because I saw you there, right, the day after the rule was issued, I went to Las Vegas and met with at the SHOT Show with the NSSF, with individual gun owners, had a town hall. We launched a very significant education effort and campaign where thousands of FFLs have had the opportunity to learn about the rule.
To learn about the
They're
rule?
trying to get the word out, and when
So
for us,
do you not think 120 days is a sufficient time?
It's
I
not.
believe that if
It's
there
not.
are individuals out there who have these products.
It's not, because if they were really, 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 truly honest about the whole process, it would have been over a year or more, because it's physically impossible to go through that many applications. Even if you give them 1 million applications, it's going to take more than 120 days.
That they can
Math doesn't add up.
Process. So in other words, if you if you file an application,
I get
you're
that.
fine until we.
So you
look at
think
the
then
application.
120
See-
days is sufficient time?
See, you're fined until then. So they're saying, we're going to make you pay us money until your application's processed. Then what? You give them their money back? No.
Yes or no?
I think the way
It's
that we're
illegal.
doing this is a fair and appropriate.
They're
way,
strong-arming people.
to have compliance with the National Firearms Act. Yes.
Okay. So what will happen to those who never heard of the rule after 120 days? I mean, you've got potentially millions of people here. That's a heck of an ad campaign.
Right?
ATF
Right?
will continue.
The way he said that, that's a heck of an ad campaign. Because guaranteed, he probably had someone do the math on the fine number, which is $250,000. That's how much you're fined, right? That's per person. So one person, 250,000. So with 4 people, that's what? $1 million, right? Just in 5 people. 40 million! 40!
To enforce the laws as Congress has given us, we will of course
Boom!
prioritize people who.
Enforce the laws that Congress has given us. Congress has not given them any at all. Matter of fact, Biden has. Which, right here, he is easily stating he's doing what Biden is saying, not Congress. Because Biden's the president. He's not a part of Congress.
Present a public safety threat to the community. And it is not the object of the rule to
So,
play gotcha
so
with law-abiding
40 million law-abiding citizens pose a threat.
I would say to this, but
Remove him.
individuals who do know about it and who are trying to decide what to do, you can check with us as to whether your particular item is covered. And also, if you
Let me ask you this. Do you think it's acceptable for Congress to spend taxpayers' money on unauthorized programs?
No.
I'm not sure I understand.
This is where he needs to be removed. Because he's lying and or he's incompetent. Either one, remove him. It's a simple question. No. Unauthorized was a key word. Key word. Unauthorized. ATF using funds for unauthorized. Come on.
Do you think it's acceptable for Congress to spend taxpayers' money on unauthorized programs? That is, programs that agents or agencies that are not currently authorized by Congress. You know, is that acceptable? Do you think it's legal?
No.
Something is completely unauthorized. I mean, we have
Illegal. Shouldn't be allowed. Matter of fact, anyone who's actually a part of that or doing it knowingly, willingly, should be arrested.
authorizing committees and you have appropriating committees. This is an appropriating committee. All right. Is it acceptable?
Respectfully, I think
No.
that's several levels above my pay grade. Obviously, Congress.
You, sir, need to be removed. You, sir, are incompetent. You have no idea what an assault weapon is. You have no idea what a frame and a receiver is. Like, in one video, he was talking about how ghost guns are an issue. Okay, so safe, clear, all of this. Okay, here's Copperhead, right? This is my new gun. Now, ATF director says something that's like this, that has no holes, no nothing, is a gun. Now, not him. I should actually say it wasn't the ATF director. It was another gentleman. God, what was his name? I can't remember. I have to go over the video. But he had no idea what a frame and a receiver was. And he sat there and went, oh, well, you know, you can drill it and everything else. A firearm, a gun, is something that you can purchase and is usable at that moment and time. You should not have to do anything to the firearm whatsoever to get it to work. Meaning there should be no milling, no drilling, no filing, no nothing. It should be two pieces together done, which is where you go to a gun store or, you know, have one ordered online sent to your FFL because you can't have it sent to your home. So Biden's administration has proven that they're putting people who are incompetent in places of power where they shouldn't be because they're doing what they're told by the Biden administration. If these were people who were against the administration, you can guarantee they probably wouldn't have their job.
Makes the decision as to the appropriations that it passes. There are authorized committees. I know I'm appearing before an authorizing committee of as in a week or so. And so I will leave any back and forth between the authorizers and the appropriators above my pay grade.
Above my pay grade.
Which is, in my humble view.
In my humble view.
Where those kinds of discussions appropriately occur.
That's a lie. Pure lie from him. But that's it for the video. I'm literally going to do the math. I'm going to do 40 million times 250,000. And that's going to be, let's see here. Probably roughly around the amount of money that the Biden administration has spent and sent overseas. Roughly. If not more. You know what I mean? Because 250,000 times 10 to 40 million dollars. God! So much money. But that's it for the video. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. Like, share, subscribe, spread the word. Let's get this gentleman fired, thrown in jail, maybe just fired. And definitely let's abolish, and I mean abolish, the FBI and ATF because they're useless. And they're being weaponized by the current government that's in office right now, which is the Democrats. So, Spread the word. I hope you all have a good one. Later.